Hey there, so let's talk about some terms or some words that maybe you hear that are real estate words or terminology or abbreviations, and you don't really know what they mean, or maybe you do and you just want a reminder, or maybe you already know. But I'm going to tell you some things that I think come up sometimes and people are like, what's that? So if you hear PMI, that stands for private mortgage insurance. And what that does is if you buy a house and you have an FHA loan or you have a conventional loan that you do not put at least 20% down on that property, then you have what is called PMI, that is a payment that's attached to your payment that you're paying every single month on that loan. And that is private mortgage insurance, and it's insurance that's insuring that mortgage. So it's a lender fee, and it's going to be on your FHA loan for the life of the loan. But if you have a conventional loan and at some point you reach 20% equity in your property, you can refinance and get that PMI removed. And I did that one time, and it dropped my payment about $254 a month, I believe. So it's a nice little chunk of money that you can get rid of if you have 20% equity in your home. You do have to pay for an appraisal and have it refinanced and all that stuff, but I think it's worth it to save $254 a month unless you're way far into the loan. But if it's early in the loan, then I think it's a smart thing to do. Yesterday, a lender was here, and she was great. She was giving us some information, and she kept saying DPA, and another agent and I were like, what is she talking about? And finally, I figured it out. She was talking about down payment assistance. So I don't know if you've heard that abbreviation before. I don't know that I've ever heard that because I don't talk in lender lingo, I don't know, jargon all the time. I talk to lenders all the time, but I don't always use the same terms that they use. And so I thought that was something that maybe that's something that's heard more often and people don't really know what that means. But down payment assistance is pretty cool because there are loans out there where you have help from the provider of that loan with down payment assistance. So there are probably fees, and maybe some of that is attached to the life of your loan or the end of your loan or something like that. I'm sure different programs have different, things that are attached to that, I guess I would say, or qualifications that you have to meet in order to receive it. I mean, there's all kinds of things that can affect whether you get that or not, or you qualify for it or not. But what you need to know is DPA stands for down payment assistance, where you can actually get help with your down payment. And down payment can be somewhere from, it could be 0%, $0 if you're a veteran, let's say. But, a normal down payment can be anywhere from 3% to 20% and up if you have more and want to put more down. So having someone help you with that, having the lender help you with that down payment and not having to come up with that cash in addition to your closing costs and your appraisal fee and your survey maybe and your home inspections and all of that, it's a nice option for some people, and some people need that in order to get into their home, and so that's a pretty good thing. Something else that we talk about is pre-qualified. Are you pre-qualified? Is somebody pre-qualified? Well, here's the deal. When you are looking for a house, it is honestly a waste of your time, the seller's time, the agent's time. It's a waste of everyone's time if you're not really either a cash buyer or if you're not pre-qualified. And that means that you've gone to a lender, you've filled out their loan application, they have looked at your debt, they've looked at your income, they have looked at your work history, they look at all of the information about your financial health, and they are going to determine whether or not you are qualified for a loan. And if you are qualified, then they will give you a pre-qualification letter, and they will send it to your agent as well. And that way I will have that letter on file, and when we find the right house for you, we can make an offer because we are fully ready to give them your qualification for that loan. So a pre-qualification letter in hand is really important. And once you find your real estate agent, give us a call. We'll take great care of you. But once you find your real estate agent, the next thing you need to do is go and talk to one of their preferred lenders, or maybe a few of their preferred lenders, see who you like, see who you gel with the most, and fill out that application so that you have that pre-qualification letter in hand. It's really important to have that because let's say that you find your dream home on Saturday evening at 5 o'clock and you have not taken the time to get your pre-qualification letter in hand, and guess what? it's also somebody else's dream home and they are pre-qualified and you both submit an offer, but they're both really good offers and your pre-qualification letter is not in hand, your offer may not be considered at all because the other buyer is pre-qualified and they're showing proof of that. So it's always best to have your pre-qualification done early on in the process. That way, when you find the house that you want to make an offer on, you're prepared to make it and you have the ability to do that because you can show that you're pre-qualified. So I hope that helps. Just some kind of fun terms there to throw out at you to see if, maybe it helps if you haven't heard those things before or you didn't really know what the importance of a pre-qualification letter was, or maybe you need down payment assistance and you didn't know what that was even a thing or it was even available to you. So if you have any questions, put them down below. Please like and subscribe. Maybe share this with your friends. I hope it's been helpful. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.